Good evening. Dan Byler with Randy Yoder bringing you Lady Warrior basketball action on LaGwanamedia.com. Tonight's game is with the Lady Falcons of Fairfield and is part of the annual quadruple header with JV and varsity games for both the boys and the girls, all happening at the same night and at the same venue. So far this evening, the Fairfield JV girls and boys have both won. The girls defeated Westview 43-8, and the boys defeated us by 3, 54-51. So there'll be the girls' varsity game coming up right now, followed by the boys' varsity at the conclusion of this game. This is the Lady Falcons' third game in 5 days since the NECC tournament finals got pushed back to Monday because of the bad weather on Saturday, and they already had a game scheduled with Central Noble on Wednesday evening. The Falcons got beat soundly by Eastside in the championship game after having narrowly beat them during the regular season, and then it took them overtime to defeat Central Noble by 2. The Lady Warriors have won 3 of their last 7 games, but are facing an uphill fight tonight against the NECC leaders, the 18-3 Fairfield Lady Falcons. We invite you to spend the next hour and a half here with us on LaGwanamedia.com. Tonight's game sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. The pregame sponsor for this season's games is J&R Solutions, providing unlimited internet no matter where you live. Our halftime sponsor is Pizza Depot in Millersburg, and now with a new location in Middlebury. This evening's game is also brought to you by Shipshewana Trading Place, featuring the Shipshewana Antique Auction every Wednesday beginning at 9 a.m. By Height Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. Yoder Crossroads, located south of Shipshewana on the southwest corner of State Road 5 and US 20. Emma Warehouse in downtown Emma. Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. Stutzman Power Equipment on US 20 West in Shipshewana. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Shipshewana Automotive Services just south of US 20 on State Road 5. By LaGwana, your local creative services provider. Animal Care Clinic of Topeka. Jerry's Standard Service in downtown Middlebury, and Southwind Flooring on 1000 West in Shipshewana. Tonight's game is a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. After this short break, we'll hear from the IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig right after this 30-second break.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom, filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA. It's called Commissioner's Corner with Paul Neidig, the Commissioner of the IHSAA. Paul, welcome. Weather is chilly, but it's not going to keep us out of the IHSAA headquarters on Sunday night for the pairing show.
No, Coach, it isn't. And, you know, it's kind of around this state been a tradition that we get together and we figure out what these tournaments are going to look like. And Sunday it is, and appreciate you and Greg Rakestraw coming to here to kick this tournament off. It's the season, and we're ready to roll here.
And obviously, since it's tournament time, the weather's bad. At least we don't have a lot of snow, but record-breaking cold. So just another winter in Indiana.
Good news is we play inside. All you got to do is get to the facility and walk in those doors, and the heat will greet you. So yeah, I mean it is cold, but that's part of what makes Indiana, and it'll warm up eventually, but it'll be warm in those gyms for sure.
Another thing that makes Indiana is the IHSA Champions Network, which is an unrivaled type of situation in the country where all of our sports have dedicated pairing shows, as we're doing for the girls' basketball tournament on Sunday. And it's an unbelievably important endeavor for the IHSAA to have the Champions Network, and it fills such a tremendous I wouldn't say void, but it fills a need that people have to learn more and more about sports around our state. And so congratulations in advance for the great job that the IHSAA Champions Network does for everyone.
Thanks, Coach. And, one thing that we're most proud about, it's a phenomenal release for high school sports, but it is an education-based system. We have so many schools. I think the last time I saw the number, it was like 168 schools have students learning to become broadcasters on their high school networks and at their local schools. And so we've got almost half the schools in the state are doing their own thing, teaching students. And I think that is an important piece of what the Champions Network does. And, the other thing that, and I think sometimes people say, why can't it be free? Well, it can't be free because we pay talent and all the other things, but the sectional level is free to watch and the regional level is free to watch for those that we can get broadcast. But then, the only levels that we charge for are semi-state and state finals, and it's still just the cost of a ticket. And so we think it's reasonable. Wish we didn't have to do that, but it's just part of television today.
Another addition, you guys are always adding things to the IHSA Champions Network, have a podcast coming out called The Insider. Tell me about this new project.
Yeah, Coach, it's a new project. We find that with media being so different today than it was, that we want to be able to release information about the association. We want to celebrate great coaches along the way and how they education-based individuals, and we're going to have all kinds of guests on there. But Janie Ulmer is on this week's show along with Greg Rakestraw. We talk a lot about the girls' basketball tournament. We're going to highlight things around the state, and one of the things they talked about at length was the blue chip game that was up at Frankfurt this past weekend in Case Arena. And our first feature coach interviews with the legend Dick Dullahan. Robert Falcons and Patty McCormick are going to do special features where they interview coaches, and Coach Dullahan is our first coach. And I saw a little bit of the broadcast, and Coach, he's still charming and energetic, and he can give a locker room talk still today. And so we're kind of excited about that. And who knows, Coach? I think you'll make an appearance on that show occasionally.
You want your ratings to tumble? I'll be glad to. He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. We're doing the pairing show Sunday from 5 until 7. Commissioner, thanks so much for your time. I look forward to spending time with you on Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday, Coach, and stay warm out there.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Are you looking for unlimited high-speed internet? With no contract and no credit check. No matter where you live, it's available. Bringing America together. J&R Solutions, Internet Service Provider. Call them at 574-349-7673.
Tonight's Westview pregame show brought to you by J&R Solutions, providing unlimited high-speed internet with no throttling and no contracts. Call them at 574-349-7673. Well, Randy, it looks like we're winding up the season. We were just talking about that. 2 games left, and Westview gets to face 2 of the top teams in the conference yet. Fairfield tonight, Eastside next week, and then it's sectional time already.
That's right. It really slips by quickly. You get past Christmas, and they finish with a pretty rugged portion of their schedule leading into sectional play for sure. Yeah.
So I've watched Fairfield play last week when during the NECC tournament when Westview boys were playing here at Fairfield. The Fairfield girls were playing against Lakeland and had won fairly easily there. And but then so I was just from watching them play, I thought, and looking at their record, I thought maybe they'd win the tournament.
Yeah.
And it wasn't till earlier this week I went back to sort of look at things, and I'm like, oh, they lost, and they lost pretty badly to Eastside.
Yeah,
So,
they did. Yeah, Eastside's a solid team. They have a lot of veteran guards, and I guess from what I understand, I think they hit 10 threes. Fairfield plays a solid 2-3 zone. That's kind of been their trademark for the last 3-4 years. Even though they changed head coaches, he's kept that going, and I guess Eastside lit them up from outside. And
yeah, that zone's not going to be a whole lot of help if you're hitting threes,
no,
is it?
No, but no, I think they've kind of, I mean, they're 18-3, and we were talking before we went on the air, but I think their trademark this year is defense. They've only given up 40 points in 4 games this year, or over 40 points, I should say. They're averaging giving up 32 a game, and so that's going to be a challenge for our team. Obviously, can we crack that zone? Can we hit a few from out, or can we get the ball into Corey? I'm sure it's going to present some challenges, but I noticed Fairfield only scored 24 against Eastside and then 38 the other night in overtime.
Yeah, in overtime, right.
Hopefully our coaching staff maybe saw those games and saw what the opposition was doing to kind of contain their offense, but it's going to present a challenge for us, no doubt, tonight.
Yeah, so both teams out there warming up, and we did have the junior varsity contest earlier. If you weren't here when we came on the air, so far Fairfield has won both junior varsity contests. So I guess it'd be just fair if Westview win both varsity contests too. Then.
All right, yeah, just turn around fair play, right?
Yeah, the girls lost 43-8, and the boys were defeated by 3, 54-51. So a good game, a close game on the boys' side. Took a little while for our girls to get started on the girls' side. So
yeah.
So we're it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I think I talked to you beforehand about the fact that when I watched Fairfield play last week, I thought they looked like a good team, but maybe not state championship caliber. So we were trying to figure out, did they lose a lot of their scorers? And I know that Garber and Willard were two of their main people last year, and of course they were seniors. So
yeah. I mean, I think Dylan is a senior this year. She was a holdover. She's such a fierce competitor and a great defender. I don't know if she's scoring at a big clip, but she's certainly, I think, the heart and soul of their team. And I think that, they've got a tradition here, especially the last 3-4 years, and the new coach has done a nice job of keeping that going.
So, yeah, it's first year for their head coach. The former coach is now an assistant on the boys' side, I believe. He's got a son playing. I think his name's listed there on the roster as one of the assistant coaches on the varsity side. So
actually, these two coaches just flipped roles.
Okay.
Last year, their head girls coach was an assistant on the boys' team.
Oh, okay.
And so they just flipped this year. He came over here, and Brody Garber went to the boys' program.
Okay. Well, I guess if that works out for everybody involved, then there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
All right, so getting ready for the start of the game tonight. We'll be picking up the varsity, or the starters. Well, actually, I'm assuming there'll be the national anthem here shortly. My goodness, that loudspeaker. It's making it hard for me to concentrate on what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. It sure carries. That PA system is pretty loud.
Yeah, it's very robust.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
So
our officials for tonight's game are Scott Martin of Elkhart, Eric Ellenberger of Elkhart, and Greg Hose of Fort Wayne. And now I invite you to rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And so we'll have the national anthem now. It looks like the gym's filling right up. And often at the start of the first game of the evening, it's not this full, but I'm guessing we'll have a nice crowd here tonight. So
yeah, it looks that way.
The starting lineups first for the visitors, the Westview Warriors.
So Westview starters tonight.
Junior number 1,
Karis Weinberg averaging 7.1 points a game.
freshman number 5,
Olivia Bontrager, a 5'1 freshman, wearing number 5, averaging 3 1/3 points a game. And then our senior, Hope Bortner, 5'4", wearing number 13, averaging 8 points a game. And then junior, Morgan Rieksecker at 5'6", wearing number 15, averaging 2.5 points a game. And in the middle, sophomore Bree Corey at 5'10", wearing number 41. And of course, Westview being coached by Ryan Yoder and assisted by Adam Christner and Shia Klopfenstein. I forgot they did this, Randy. I can't see.
Yeah, we're in the dark.
Well, we'll try to pick them up as they come out. I'm not sure we're going to pick up here.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Eva Herbert, a 5'9 sophomore. Number 4, Natalie Whitaker, a 5'4 senior. Number 21 is Macy Worthman, a 5'7 sophomore. Number 23 is Zoe Miller, a 5'4 junior. And a 5'6 senior, Kaylee Dillon, rounding out the starting lineup for the Fairfield Falcons. And we're about ready to start action here at Fairfield High School in Benton, Indiana. And we have lights again.
Let there be light.
Yes.
I remember the olden days at Westview, it took forever for those lights.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't do this.
A lot of gyms, it used to be they did not want to turn off the lights because you had to, they'd slowly come on.
Yep.
All right, so we've got Eva Herbert. Has some connections with Westview. Her parents both taught at Westview for a while. Roberta Herbert was a Spanish teacher, and Scott, I don't remember what he taught. So, trip controlled by Fairfield. Herbert across to Miller, back to Dillon, and now Herbert again.
1-3-1 zone at the outset here for us.
Okay. So as you mentioned, they don't score a lot of points themselves either. Herbert drives, steps in, throws it up, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Worthman. And they're working it around. Now Eva fakes the 3. Back going around the perimeter all the way around. Oh, no, 3-point shot put up by Worthman, no good. And Westview pulls down the rebound. And looks like a lot of pressure up front on the ball.
An
playing a
aggressive
2-2-3 zone, but they're coming out aggressively.
Yeah.
Right now, only one of them out, though.
Those guards got long arms that create some issues.
Tried to poke it inside and kicked. So Westview will get the ball underneath the basket on the right side, and Hope is going to trigger it in. So yeah, definitely will. Quick pass inside, shot up and in by Karis. Westview takes the lead, 2-0. Herbert brings the ball down the floor. Across to Whitaker. Whitaker drives and then dumps it to the side. Step in and steal by Rieksecker. Did a nice job reading that, and then the favor is returned by Dillon, and then a foul on a loose ball. The foul is going to be called on Bree Corey.
A little bit of a hectic action there for a few seconds, back and forth.
Had a nice turnover and then tried to do the long pass down the floor and ended up turning it over ourselves. So working the perimeter inside. Tried to put the, I'm not sure, did she shoot or was that just a?
I think she wanted to.
Yeah. Zoe Miller, 5'4" junior, scores for Fairfield, all tied up at 2. Hope Bortner working the ball around the perimeter. Looks like she wants to poke it inside. Now lob inside. Oh, that was a nice pass. Got it right to her. Shot no good. Bree gets the rebound. No good. Gets it back. Ooh. And now they're going to call her for her second foul. That's not good.
No. Boy, she had 2 good looks, but they just didn't fall for her. Now she's got to come out.
Yeah, so just over 2 minutes in and picks up her second foul. That's certainly not what we wanted to see. So Janessa Lehman checks in for her. Drive inside, putting up from the right side, no good. And Bontrager pulls the rebound down. They're quickly down the floor. Rieksecker with the ball, back out to Bontrager. Skip pass to the corner. And Westview moving the ball quickly. I think that must have been something. Oh, and Eva Herbert's long arms just snagged that thing out of the air all the way to the other end for a layup. So yeah, we're going to have to watch those passes across the middle.
Yeah.
You got somebody, baseball pass down to the other end. Nice job by Karras. Steps through, couldn't get it to go. Janessa Lehman gets the rebound. Back out to Bontrager, and she's going to pull it back out.
I like the way they attacked the press that time, and we had a good look at the other end.
Janessa steps through. Hope puts up a shot, can't get it to go. Poked out by Morgan, but couldn't chase it down. So it'll be Fairfield ball. Coming in for Fairfield now, we've got Madison Jones, a 5'10" freshman, and Jaislyn Hall, a 5'7" senior. Long pass down the floor. Janessa tries to pick it off, can't quite do it. Pass down underneath. Oh, nice pass across the lane there to Jaislyn, and she scores. So we have a 6-2 lead now for the Falcons, and they're applying pressure.
Looks like a 2-1-2
or a
matchup. Maybe it's kind of a man-to-man here.
And Karras is just going to drive through it. Nice lead pass to Morgan, and Janessa gets a layup at the other end. That was a beautiful pass inside. Way to Janessa seeing that opening up for her. Shot put up a little too hard by Herbert, put back up and in by Jaislyn Hall.
She's got 2 quick baskets here in the last minute.
Yes, she did. Came in and scored right away twice. Nice job. Bortner getting the pass to Rieksecker. Couldn't quite get it to go. Rebound pulled out of it by Worthman, and Herbert brings it across the timeline. Lob inside. Jones drives inside, can't get it to go. Pulled out of there by Dillon. Working the ball inside, and Janessa's going to be called for over the top, trying to knock the ball loose. So that'll be the 3rd foul on Westview for the quarter. Whitaker comes back in for the Falcons. And Worthman out.
Both teams are playing pretty inspired basketball.
They are.
First 5 minutes here.
Lob inside. Pulled out of there by 35. Couldn't get it to go. She got a couple shots. That was Hall. Karras quickly to the other end. Out to Bontrager. Fakes the pass. Now inside to Morgan, she hits Karras for a 3. Can't get it to go. Eva Herbert with the rebound gets it to Jones, and she quickly down to the other end, and a layup right underneath to Madison Jones. Oh, I thought that was Dylan that passed it to her, I guess.
Yeah, it was a nice assist.
Janessa sets up Karras for another 3, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Hall. Long pass down the floor, and she's going to get another layup at the other end. And we're going to need to talk things over. So Westview calls a timeout, get things reset. 30-second timeout. We'll be back.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success.
We're back. Looks like maybe Fairfield's going to let us bring the ball down with no pressure right now.
Looks like they're now in a 1-3-1 with a tall girl up front to cause some issues with our little guard.
Herbert came out, who's Westview looking to pass it around the perimeter, looking for an open spot. Hope, the free throw line. Inside to J.J. Whetstone, who just came in. Ball knocked away, but corralled by Hope Bortner. We got a couple. If we could have rotated it quicker, we might have had some openings on this side.
Yeah.
But pass inside to Bortner. Karras passes up the 3. Now JJ's going to take the 3. No good. Bortner might have had the rebound, couldn't quite get it. Pulled out of there by Fairfield, and they come quickly the other way. All the way to the other end, scoring and getting fouled is Kaylee Dillon. Well, it looks like they came out with the intent to do some scoring tonight, Randy.
Yeah. Their transition game has been solid. They're pushing the ball, and that Dillon, she's a coach's dream, the way she works hard and scrappy, and she just does a lot of things that don't show up in the box score.
Mm-hmm. That foul was called on J.J. Whetstone. So Audrey Taylor checks in for Westview. Bree Corey back in as well. Eva Herbert came back in for the Falcons. Ball kicked by Jones.
You look at their varsity roster, they don't look that tall, but when you see them in this zone, they're just they've got some long arms, and they just cause problems with closing gaps quickly.
Well, they normally you would expect your tallest player to be down underneath, and they've got, a 5'4" player playing it down at the bottom.
Yes.
Bree did a nice job backing, working her way in there and just putting it up and in. Half a minute to go here in the first quarter. Westview's down 6-15. Looks like Fairfield might be content to take the last shot. They're in a 2-3 zone right now. Looks like they might be getting something set. No, she's just coming back out. Trying to get to the corner. Hope Bortner did a nice job stepping in and stealing it, and then that was not what we wanted. Bree Corey got called for a foul right at the end of the quarter. picks up her third in the first quarter.
Wow.
So we'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be back with second quarter action here on LaGuanaMedia.com.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Hyde Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Hyde Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Hyde Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
We're back, and we cut to commercial a little too quickly, forgetting about that fifth foul being a shooting foul bit. So that put Natalie Whitaker, a senior for Fairfield, at the line to shoot 2 with no time on the clock. She missed the first one but made the second, so right now that puts the score at 16-6. Fairfield over Westview after 8 minutes of play. And that also explains why they're still in their huddles.
yeah, no kidding. Well, it looks like Fairfield is 7 for 12 from 2-point range, so that's some pretty good shooting.
Yeah.
0 for 1 from 3, and they have 2 points at the free throw line. And so far we are 3 for 8 from the 2-point line, 0 for 3 from 3. So, and we have not gotten to the free throw line as of yet.
Well, in fact, they didn't call any fouls, did they, on Fairfield?
No.
I don't think there were any fouls called on Fairfield at all.
Nope.
First quarter. So since Fairfield controlled the tip and there were no tie-ups during that first quarter, Westview will get the ball to start the second quarter. JJ to trigger it into Karras. And tried to save it, and it went right into the hands of Maddie Miller, a sophomore that just checked in there. Herbert across to Worthman, working it around, and now Dillon with the ball. Herbert up top. I don't think they're really expecting her to shoot from out there. Backing off a little bit. Around the perimeter again. Dillon with it. Skip pass across to Herbert. Herbert puts it up. No good. And Audrey Taylor had the rebound, but taken out of her hands. And up and back in by Madison Jones. Picks up her 6th point. Bree Corey gives it to Karras. Karras all the way down, puts it up, and we're going to get to shoot some free throws. Let's created some contact inside there.
Number 21, Macy Worthman.
Going to be on Macy Worthman.
Westview, number 1, Karras Weinberg.
Karras with 2 points so far, and gets that one to go. So 7-18. Second one just a bit long, looks like. Bree Corey corralled it, but then bounced it out of bounds. Fairfield will get the ball, bring it to full length of the floor.
I think it's unusual for a coach to be playing somebody with 3 fouls in the first half, but I don't think Coach Yoder thinks he has a choice in this situation. He's got to
needs to stop and get something going right away, or it's going to get out of control. Madison Jones across to Herbert. She fakes, drive inside. Now back out to Dillon. Back to Herbert. Cross now to Miller. Dillon fakes it, then gives it to Jones, then to Herbert. Herbert's going to take the 3 now, and she hits it. Karis Weinberg bringing the ball down the floor, being double teamed. And the pass a little too hot for Rieksecker to handle. We got Bontrager, Bortner, and Lehman coming in for Corey, Taylor, and Whetstone for Westview.
Have a line change, huh?
Yeah, doing some hockey here. Going to do a line change. Keep him fresh. Dillon cross courts it to Herbert with the ball underneath Dillon and back and passes it to Dillon. She didn't see it, but Herbert stepped in and saved the pass. Fakes the three, and now to Dillon. She's going to drive, and they're going to call Rieksecker for the foul. That's going to be her first, and first on Westview for the quarter. Dillon to trigger it into Herbert. Lob pass inside, chased down by Worthman. And they called a foul on Worthman trying to get the ball back. I think that's her second.
Yep.
That's a fortunate turn of events there for Westview. Setting up on a trap again. Went through it pretty easily. Janessa drives, kicks it back out to Bontrager. Now to Morgan. Like to see Hope get an open shot, but so far it hasn't worked to get her open.
Nope. I think everybody's kind of shadowing wherever she is just to make sure she doesn't get that half second she needs to set.
Well, they're doing a nice job of moving the ball around quickly, but
yes, they are.
But unfortunately, like you said, Hope's not the one getting open when we do get open. Bontrager drives inside. She gets blocked, but Rieksecker gets the carom. Inside to Janessa. She's going to drive, kicks it back out. Bortner manages to save it, hands it off to Karis. She's going to drive, cut off. Being patient, working it inside, and I think Worthman just picked up her third foul, all here in this quarter.
Yep, you're right.
So Worthman hasn't scored yet, but certainly been in there playing good defense for him. She does come out. Lob inside to Janessa, kicks it out to Bontrager.
Boy, it's just hard to get an open look.
It is.
Like you said, we're moving it quickly, but boy, as soon as the ball leaves, they're shifting really quick.
Yeah.
As soon as it leaves somebody's hand, they're already shifting to meet the next pass.
Now Bortner finally gets a shot up, rattles around, no good, pulled out of there by Hall. And now Whitaker brings the ball down the floor. Dillon drives, kicks it back out, and Whitaker's going to take the three, and she hit it. We'll take a full timeout as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds here at LaGwana.
Home improvement supplies for your home, RV, or manufactured home don't have to cost an arm and a leg. Here's a secret the big box stores don't want you to know. Emma Warehouse has the products you need at below retail prices, including windows, doors, trim, furnaces, flooring, hardware, paint, and more. Emma Warehouse is located 6 miles west of LaGrange in downtown Emma. Call 260-593-2769 for more information.
And we're back. Yeah, so I think Fairfield actually called that timeout, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Right as soon as they hit the 3, he wanted to get a timeout.
So no pressure again. I think they've been doing that when there's been an actual timeout. They don't press.
They're back in their half-court trap, 1-3-1 again with Herbert at the top.
And she gets a steal out of it.
Yep.
Down to Dillon. Across to Whitaker, who just hit the 3. Dillon drives, throws it up, can't get it to go. Hall and is it Rieksecker tie it up, so it'll be Fairfield ball on the alternating possession. Into Hall, out to Dillon. Now Herbert, shoot from just inside the arc. Hit the strap, no call. The ball pulled out of there by Hall, and now they throw it away. So maybe they felt bad about nobody. It's like, didn't that hit the strap?
I think it nipped. I think it did. It was a long
carom. Looked like it to me that it went up and hit the strap, but
they missed it. I think
they're talking about it down here too. So.
I think they just missed that one.
Yeah. Oh, Herbert's long arms didn't steal at that time, but still created a turnover.
Yeah.
Bontrager pulled her pivot foot.
The trap can be just as effective as the full court press. I think the shifting back and forth can create some timing issues for our offense to.
Yeah, might need to get that first pass before we come across the center line.
Yep.
Once you get Herbert on you, it's hard to do anything.
It is. It is.
Cross court pass to Whitaker. Skip pass across to Herbert. She puts up a 3. This time no good, but Dillon in there for the rebound. Kicks it back out. They're going to set back up. Dillon's going to take the 3 this time. No good. And that time we're going to get Hall over the back, I believe. Westview in position for the rebound that time. So that'll be her first, but it'll be the 4th on the Falcons. So 2:27 to go. Any more fouls on the Falcons, we'll get to shoot free throws.
That's the first foul on them besides anybody except Worthman, right?
Right. So Karras bringing the ball down this time. Set a screen for her. And they're going to call her for a travel again. Freshman Jones coming in for the Falcons. And Whitaker bringing the ball down the floor. Underneath to Jones, she turns and she loses it off her foot. Westview ball.
That's their 4th turnover. I have Westview for a total of 8 so far.
And a lot of it is that those long arms out there on the perimeter trapping and cutting off passes.
Yep.
Right there we almost had it happen again. Pass inside, tried to get it to Corey. Whitaker came in to knock it away. So Westview will be inbounding on the left side of her own basket. Hope Bortner to be the trigger. Into JJ. She's going to put up a 3, just a hair long. And Fairfield rebounds. Eva Herbert brings the ball quickly down. Now she has it again. She puts up a 3 off the front of the iron, and Karras Weinberg with the steal, or with the rebound. She almost had her pocket picked. She didn't know anybody was behind her. Fortunately, she moves fast enough. It never became an issue. Hope with a 3, and boy, it just won't go down. And Janessa's going to be called for a over the back on the rebound attempt. That'll be her second 2 on Westview for the quarter. Dillon to bring the ball down the floor this time. So we're still in that 1-3-1. And Dillon stepped back over the line.
Yeah, she did.
You're watching Karras run into a wall there. Karras didn't know anybody was there, ran into a well-set screen, but then she created the turnover herself. And the pass a little too high again into the Fairfield crowd. Morgan Rieksecker comes in for Bree Corey. So Bree, after picking up her third foul at the end of the first quarter with a minute to go in the half, she's managed to not pick up any more. I'm guessing coach thinks maybe at this point we'll just go into the third period with 3. Trapped underneath is Jones. Inside, Whitaker puts up a shot from right underneath the basket. 6 points for Whitaker now.
Good interior passing.
Karras gets it back out. Inside to Janessa. She's going to drive, steps through, got in there, got their own rebound, and they're going to call Eva Herbert for a foul over the top. Janessa did a nice job chasing the ball in there. She'll get to shoot a couple.
Yeah, she did. That was great hustle. She followed her shot and gets to the free throw line.
So Janessa, her first trip to the line. And that one's good. 3 points for Janessa.
That's our second point of the quarter. We haven't hit a field goal yet.
That one's no good. Rieksecker gets the rebound, the offensive board. Now a lot of pressure out to Morgan, 17 seconds. Karras drives the baseline out to Janessa. She spins inside, puts it up, can't get it to go. Hope knocks it loose. Morgan gets the ball, and now JJ's going to put up the shot. Can't get it to go. And shot and couldn't get it to go, but a couple offensive boards. That looked pretty good there, going after all the loose balls. So halfway through the game, Westview having a little trouble getting points on the board. Doing a nice job moving the ball otherwise. 8-26, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Visit the new Yoder Crossroads Complex in Shipshewana. Start your day off right with locally roasted coffee at 5 Lakes Coffee. Speedy drive-through or enjoy the aroma and coffee inside. Breakfast and lunch at the Corn Crib Cafe offering daily lunch specials and featuring Yoder popcorn. Quality popcorn since 1936. Homemade caramel corn and free samples while you browse our gourmet shops. That's Yoder Crossroads, 5 and 20, Shipshewana, Indiana.
Shipshe Automotive Service provides 5-star auto repair services in the Shipshewana area. See Shipshe Automotive's professional auto repair technicians for advanced diagnostics for your vehicle. From suspension and alignment to AC repair, brakes, and general maintenance, with Shipshe Automotive Service, you gain a partner you can trust with all your auto repair needs. Shipshe Automotive Service also provides 24-hour towing service. That's Shipshe Automotive Service, 260-768-7119.
Move from ring to ring, catching great deals and unique finds at the Shipshewana Antique Auction every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Bid on furniture, antiques, art, pottery, tools, architectural salvage, estate items, and more. 6 to 10 auctioneers simultaneously sell inside the Shipshewana Antique Building, and each week it's completely different with amazing sellers and items from all over. Don't miss the Shipshewana Antique Auction every Wednesday at 9 a.m. all year round.
Pizza Depot on South Jefferson Street in Millersburg features delicious pizza and breadsticks, along with fresh salads. Dine in, carry out, and delivery are all available at Pizza Depot. Pizza Depot, 104 South Jefferson Street in Millersburg. 574-642-4229.
Played it.
I watched it on LaGwana. And,
We're back. Halftime. Looks like the boys are, Fairfield boys are out here getting warmed up. Of course, the auxiliary gym is also available. I don't know, maybe if Westview's over there warming up there. I don't know. Got some stats for us, Randy?
Yeah, Dan. We'll start with Fairfield, first of all, with a total of 26, and it's really a balanced scoring sheet. Eva Herbert has a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer for a total of 5 points. Natalie Whitaker has a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, 1 for 2 at the line for 6. Madison Jones, 3 2-pointers for a total of 6 points. Zoe Miller has a basket for 2. Kaylee Dillon has an old-fashioned 3-point play, a basket, a free throw for 3. And Jaslyn Hall has 2 baskets for a total of 4 points. For the Warriors, we only have a total of 8 here at halftime. Karis Weinberg has a basket and 1 for 2 at the line for 3. Janissa Lehman has 1 basket and 1 for 2 at the line for 3. And Bree Corey has 1 basket for a total of 2 points. As far as team stats, I have Westview unofficially 3 for 12 from 2-point range, which would be 25% shooting. 0 for 6 from 3, so we know what that is. They had 9 turnovers and 13 rebounds on the first 16 minutes of action. For Fairfield, we have them 9 for 16 from 2-point range, which is obviously a little over 50%, 53.4%. 2 for 6 from 3-point range for 33%. They had 5 turnovers and also, like Westview, 13 rebounds. They outscored us 16-6 in the first quarter, and Fairfield outscored Westview 10-2 in the second quarter for a halftime score of 26-8. So both teams have 1 player with 3 fouls. Macy Worthman has 3 for Fairfield, and Bree Corey has 3 for the Warriors.
Well, they both picked up all their fouls in 1 quarter. I mean, not the same quarter, but
right, that's right.
Bree had picked up her 3rd foul as time expired in the first quarter, and then Worthman picked up all 3 of hers in the second quarter. But yeah, I'm not sure. Just watching them play out there, Westview seems to be doing a pretty good job moving the ball, but they can't get the shots. And even when they're getting it, finally do get a shot, they're just not dropping.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And I think you talked about that at the beginning of the game, that certainly defense might be Fairfield's strong suit this year, and I think we're seeing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like we said, I think there's only 4 games they gave up 40 or more, and I looked, there's actually a third of their games, 21, they played 21. And 7 of them they gave up 25 or less. So that's what they are really solid at. And of course, when you combine our 2 and 3-point attempts, we're actually just 3 for 18 so far in the first half.
Yeah, that's
not going to win.
Not going to win a whole lot of games, is it?
Yeah.
About 16 and 17%. So.
Right.
So yeah, so it looks really like the way to beat them would be to have to be hitting some outside shots, hitting some threes. So and obviously that hasn't happened for us at all yet. I think what'd you say, we have 3 attempts.
Yeah.
Karis had a couple, and then
actually 0 for 6 from 3.
0 for 6, yeah. So in the first quarter, I think we had 3.
Yeah.
And so
I think, I like the intensity we came out with, and we're moving the ball good. But yeah, it just boils down to, it seems like it's been a Achilles heel for us at times this year, just simply hitting shots. And again, 9 turnovers doesn't help the cause, but considering the pressure they're against, that's not bad.
Yeah, 9
really.
turnovers when But
it comes down to making baskets in the game of basketball, and right now we're struggling to be able to do that. And give Fairfield credit, like you said, they got smoked in the conference championship tournament game, and they barely won their last game in overtime. So I think they wanted to prove a point in this atmosphere back home, and they certainly have played a good first half.
They have. And I forgot to say, our halftime sponsor tonight is Pizza Depot in Millersburg, featuring chicken pesto pizza as their January pizza of the month. And I believe just last night they had a soft opening of their new store location in Middlebury. Officially, the official opening is on the 23rd, I believe, but they had a soft opening last night. So thanks to Pizza Depot, for the second year they've been our halftime sponsor. So we might take a 60-second break and then come back for second half action here at Fairfield High School.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week. scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken. And then finish it off with a slice of fresh baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988 and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 84 months and save up to $1,400.
Back at Fairfield High School, Lady Falcons in the locker room talking things over. So, Coach, what would you change at halftime here?
Yeah.
Times.
Position has been really good. Looking at the halftime score.
So actually thinking about it, I think a lot of those transition buckets they got were in the first quarter, though, weren't point buckets, but yeah, the sort of the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter, it's like all of a sudden they were getting the ball down, long passes down the floor and getting easy buckets underneath the basket. So
yeah.
And if I'm not, I think it'll be Westview ball again to start the third period. Tonight's halftime show was brought to you by Pizza Depot in Millersburg and now also in Middlebury, featuring chicken pesto pizza as their January pizza of the month.
Yeah, sometimes against defenses like this, and it's hard to teach, but, ball fake, pass fake.
Bontrager to get around Herbert. So they're 2-3, 2-1-2. Breed tries to go inside, loses the handle, and Herbert has the ball going the other way. Passes it across to Dillon, has it stolen, or knocked out of her hands, but then right back into her hands, and she ends up scoring anyway. So Dillon with 5 points now. And the ball is stolen by Dillon, and Rieksecker is going to get called for the foul, trying to get it back. Another ball picked off on an interior pass by the Falcons. Picked off by the Falcons on an interior pass by Westview.
Right. Well, 2 possessions and I think 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah. Working the ball around the perimeter. Herbert down to Hall. She's looking inside. Now back around the perimeter. And now Herbert's wide open for a 3 on the right baseline. No good. Bontrager gets the rebound quickly the other way. And a Rieksecker. Skip pass across to Weinberg. Inside to the right idea, not quite high enough to get up and over to Bree. She did not have any, they had no weak side help there, but didn't quite get it to her. Dillon dumps it down to Miller. Now Hall drives the baseline. Bounce pass to inside and picked up inside by, let's see, was that Worthman or Miller? Zoe Miller puts it up, and she'll get to shoot some free throws at the free throw line. First shot, no good. That was Weinberg's first foul. First for Westview for the quarter. So they're 2 for 4 from the line right now. Make that 3 for 5.
Did a nice job of breaking the press. Let's see if we can get a good look here at this possession.
I think you mentioned that earlier. It almost looks like we're almost doing better when they press. We're getting through the press better than when they just meet us at half court.
Yeah, it appears that way.
Inside debris, turns, shot up, no good, deflected and pulled out of there by the Falcons. Miller to Dillon, across to Herbert. She's going to take another 3 attempt off the back of the iron, no good. Right into the hands of Hall. I'm sorry, not Hall, that was Whitaker. Now a shot put up, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Fairfield, and again, another offensive board, this time by Herbert. Another 3 put up, no good. And pulled out of there again by Hall, and that time it goes in. Coach Yoder wants to talk things over. Whole bunch of offensive boards there. The 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds as well.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And we're back. Looks like we'll get the ball over on the far sideline.
Yeah, that last sequence was kind of tough. I think they got, 2 twos and 2 threes before they finally got one to fall.
Right,
Something
yeah.
like that.
So is it 4 offensive boards? I'm sorry, not the far sideline. It was a shot, so obviously come in from the end. So they are applying pressure again. And went right through it to the other end. Karras drives, puts it up, can't get it to go. Pulled out of there by Worthman, and Eva Herbert brings the ball down the floor. And foul called up front. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Dillon was on the floor. I don't know if we were fighting through a screen. They're going to call that on Morgan Rieksecker. That'll be her second, team's first for the half. Oh, sorry, they've got her down for 3? 3. Is that what you have? Yeah. Okay, I missed one. 3-pointer put up by Eva Herbert. She hits her second 3 of the night. Karras would really like to drive inside, but unable to do so far. Looked like they had a little mix-up there on their 2-3 zone. They had 2 girls on the left side, nobody on the right side, but they were able to correct it before we could take advantage of it. Jones does a nice job using her body to shield the player off, and gets the layup and gets fouled. So the foul's going to be called on Olivia Bontrager, her first. Jones now, will that give her 8? She either, I guess she's tied for scoring honors with Eva Herbert. That shot no good. So they're just meeting us at half court again. They're in a 1-3-1. Olivia's trying to figure out where to go. Pass inside. Janessa gets a shot from right at the free throw. That thing goes all the way down and comes back out. Pulled out of there by Maddie Miller, and the Falcons quickly come back the other way. Eva Herbert drives, deflected by Rieksecker, but couldn't corral it. And they found Jeslyn Hall standing wide open underneath the basket. 33-8. Westview struggling to find any kind of offense. Ball knocked out of bounds by Jones. Bree Corey checks back in for Westview. Comes in for Morgan Rieksecker. J.J. Whetstone to trigger the ball in for Westview. Quickly to Bree. Across to Janessa. She takes the baseline 10-footer and gets it to go. 5 for Janessa now.
Got half her points.
Yeah. Herbert, left-handed layup. A little too strong. Picked out of there by Jones. Back up and in, and she is now their leading scorer. Freshman Jones off the bench with 10 points. Into the middle. Janessa gets the ball, and Jones gets her hand on her, so she's going to pick up her first, and that's the first on the Lady Falcons for the for the quarter as well. And in for the first time tonight, Hattie Herbert, older sister to Eva Herbert. J.J. Whetstone puts up a 3, in and out again, no good. Pulled out of there by Hall. Dillon to bring the ball across the timeline now. Looking to drive, hands it off to Hall. Hall drives the baseline and across to Jones. Couldn't get it to go. She got her own rebound. And gets fouled on the second shot. So Janessa Lehman picks up her third. And that will put Jones at the line to shoot a couple. So as I said, Jones are leading scorer right now with 10. Make that 11.
We heard some good things about this young lady, and I think they're true. Being just a freshman, she's doing a nice job for the Falcons tonight.
Of course, the other person that's the second leading scorer for them is a sophomore. So a lot of young talent here, or at least several young talents here. That second shot good by Jones as well. 2:37 to go here in the third period. Bortner looking inside, now hits JJ in the corner. Breed puts it up strong. Couldn't get it to go, but foul's going to be called on Hall. That'll be her second on the Falcons for the quarter. And it'll put Bree at the line to shoot a couple. So I think right now we're 2 of 4 from the free throw line as a team. This is Bree's first trip to the line. And she gets that one to go.
Yeah, it's one of the few times she's been able to touch the basketball this half, but it was good to see him get it into. She likes that left block, and she responded with put the points on the board for us.
Got them both to go. Whitaker takes the 3, no good. Karras with the rebound, going all the way to the other end, knocked away by Maddie Miller. Karras had the goal in sight there, but couldn't quite get there. She'll be the one triggering it in for Westview underneath the basket. Out long to Hope Bortner. Janessa now passes it off to Weinberg. Bortner to Whetstone's going to take the 3. Got it!
Nice shot.
Her first points of the night, and Westview's first 3 of the night. 7 points for this quarter for Westview. Our best offensive output in a quarter. Hall inside. Bortner stops her, but she's going to get called for the foul, so Hall will be at the line to shoot a couple. That's Hope's first. So Hall with 8 points so far. Can't get that one to go. She'll have one more. Second shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Hope pulls the rebound down. Hope fakes the pass inside, now gets it to Janessa. Drives inside, little floater, got it.
Nice shot.
7 for Janessa now.
Yeah, the nice little penetration and little floater.
It looked like we switched to a man here, or trying to figure out who's got who.
Yeah, we have matched up.
Cross to Herbert. And the Hattie Herbert, no good. Westview with the rebound. JJ takes another 3, this time no good. Pulled out of there by Jones. She's trying to unload it. Finally finds Whitaker on the far side to bring it up for her. Hattie Herbert with it. Picks up her dribble. Unloads it to Whitaker. Now she drives. Drove inside, dumped it off to Jones. Jones got a short shot right inside. Easy bucket for her. Karras drives, hands it off to Hope. And now Whetstone passes up the 3.
Got 3 seconds here.
I don't know if they realize it. So end of the third quarter, 17-44. Westview chasing a bunch. We'll be back in 60 seconds at LaGwanamedia.com.
Are you looking for unlimited high-speed internet? With no contract and no credit check. No matter where you live, it's available. Bringing America together. J&R Solutions, Internet Service Provider. Call them at 574-349-7673.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week, scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken, and then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988, and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
We're back for the final 8 minutes of action here in the Varsity Girls Action NECC regular conference play. Bested right now by the Falcons.
9.
So we had our best offensive output of the game for a quarter, but so did Fairfield. Eva Herbert drives. Karras is going to get hurt. Still in a 2-3 zone, Fairfield is. Inside, across to Rieksecker. So still just having trouble getting anything in there, and they're going to call a foul on Dillon. That'll be her first on the Falcons for the fourth quarter. Triggers it in. Yeah, I thought that was the right call.
Yeah.
I think she played it well, trying to make it look like she didn't touch it, but it tipped off of Olivia's fingers.
Yep.
When she saw she wasn't going to get it, she acted like she had.
Yeah. Pretty good acting job.
Yeah.
Oh, nice backdoor.
Eva Herbert up and in. Hope's going to take a 3 well behind the line, and she drills it. I guess she figured if they aren't going to let her have her one up by the line, she'll just shoot further back.
Yeah.
That's
page out of Caitlin Clark from Iowa, right?
Yeah, there you go. Drive inside. going to be called on the floor before Hall gets the shot off, and that's going to be called on Audrey Taylor. And speaking of line changes, there's 4 new Falcons in. We have Hattie Herbert back in. Maddie Miller back in. I got a number 11. I don't even have her on the roster. Inside to Hattie, kicks it out. I don't have 13 either, so I got a couple players here that weren't on their roster that I got. Hope Bortner drives all the way to the other end, scores easily. 5 quick points for Hope. My guess is this 11 and 13 are probably off the junior varsity squad. But I don't know if they'd have the same numbers or not.
And for Westview, number 41, Bree Corey.
Now
let's see here.
They have a Maddie Treat, number 11. Might be her, I don't know.
Yeah.
And number 13 is
Wogeman.
Might be, again, don't know.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Hayden Minder. He's out there, a freshman. Hattie Herbert across to Minder, and now to possibly Wogeman. Looking to unload it. Having trouble, finally gets it to Minder. Bond trigger on her. Janessa Lehman almost got the steal. Not quite able. Minder with the ball. I'm not sure if Fairfield's even looking for a shot. They're just working the ball.
Yeah, they took about a minute off the clock here.
And she tried to drive inside, stripped out of there by Janessa Lehman, so turnover. Back the other way quickly to Bontrager. She's going to take a 3. It's a little long. Janessa Lehman with the rebound, puts it up, and she is fouled, and she'll get to go to the line to shoot a couple. And that's going to be called on number 11. It is Maddie Treat.
Yep.
That was kind of her to foul, so they would announce her name.
Yeah, we know who she is officially, huh?
Yeah, Shanna Miller getting set to check in for Westview. That shot by Janessa Lehman is good.
Checking in for Westview, number 31, JJ Westview, number 23, Shanna Miller.
Shanna had gotten quite a bit of action earlier this evening on the junior varsity contest. Second shot also good by Janessa. Full timeout, Fairfield. We'll be back in 60 seconds on LaGuanaMedia.com.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204.
And we're back. Treat to trigger the ball in for the Lady Falcons. Right in front of their bench. Finally gets it into Minder across the timeline. She brings it back across. Whetstone on her. Man-to-man for Westview. Herbert, Hattie Herbert drives, puts it up, no good, but Audrey Taylor is going to get whistled for the foul there, and that'll put Hattie Herbert at the line to shoot a couple. That's Audrey's second, I believe. Oh, that's her first. Oh, that's where the other foul is missing for Somebody else was. Shot up and no good. So Hattie Herbert to get a second shot. And that one's off the back of the iron. J.J. Whetstone with the long rebound. Janessa Lehman brings the ball down, drives inside, unloads it to Shanna. Back to J.J. Janessa now. Shanna looking inside. I think if they could get it inside to Bree, although they're doubling her up. J.J. takes the shot, got it inside the arc that time. 5 for Whetstone now. Westview scored the last 9 points, although to be fair, Fairfield has their bottom 5, although I guess we might too, of our varsity roster. Tie ball on the rebound, Westview ball on the alternating possession.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. They didn't start the game out there right now for both ball clubs.
And for Westview, I think Bree is the only one of our starters still in there. Lob inside to Bree. Speaking of her, she steps inside. Couldn't get the shot to go, but she's going to be called for a foul. And it is Wagaman, we were correct. So they are wearing the same jerseys as they do for their junior varsity contests. So Wagaman picks up her first. Shot by Bree is good. So she has 5 now, 3 of those from the free throw line. And Bree will get a second one here. And that shot is good as well. Westview 8 of 10 from the free throw line, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good, probably the best part of their basketball game tonight is the free throw shooting.
Yeah.
80%.
Treat with the ball. Drives. And Shanna's going to get called for the foul. And that'll be the 5th foul, so that'll put Treat at the line to shoot a couple. Shanna Miller picks up her first. And that one's no good. 3:19 to go here in the first varsity contest of the girls boys JV varsity quadruple header here. One more game after this. Looks like Fairfield's going to have picked up the first 3. Shanna chases the ball down, looking to unload it. Trying to get it to Bree. Picked out of there by Miller, Maddie Miller. Gets it to Hattie Herbert. Across to Wagaman. Down to Maddie Miller again. Back to Wagaman in the corner. Looking inside now, passes it out top. Minder. Back to Miller, Wagaman. And Herbert fakes the 3, pulls it back out. Skip pass across to Miller and through her fingers right into Dylan's hand on the bench. Olivia comes in now for Bree. Coming back to the rebound, but pulled away from her by Hattie Herbert. She finally unloads it to Wagaman. She brings it down the other way. Minder with the ball. Now she drives inside, puts up a left-handed layup, and that's the first they've scored since right at the beginning of the quarter. Janessa pass across the top to Shanna. Shanna's going to put up a 3. Got it.
Good job.
Got it back down under 20. It's 31-49. Wagaman looking inside. Now she drives, passes it, and I think okay. Last touch by Olivia Bontrigger. Triggered in by Maddie Miller, throws it in to Hattie Herbert. Ball knocked loose, but they're going to call a foul, and I think, yeah, that'll put Herbert at the line to shoot a couple. Foul is going to be called on Olivia Bontrager, her second. Hattie Herbert was at the line earlier, missed both her attempts there. She'll get 2 more. And that one's good. Well, Randy, at least we didn't end up in that category of less than 25 points scored against them.
That's right. Yep, we broke through that barrier.
Second shot, no good, and I think Maddie Miller is going to be called for an over-the-top foul. That'll be her first, only the 4th on the Falcons for the quarter. Minute 15 to go in the game. And picked out of there by Minder. And now stolen right back by Whetstone, so she'll bring the ball down the floor. Gets it to Lehman. And Audrey Taylor with the ball now. Bontrigger's going to put up a 3. Got it! There we go. We hit 3 threes here in this quarter. 34-50. 35 seconds to go. Looks like they might be content just letting the clock run out. Still working it though. Minder with the ball. JJ Whetstone out on her. And Janessa Lehman step in steal. Goes the other way. Puts a shot up, no good, but she's fouled. So Janessa will get to the line to shoot a couple. And we talked about the fact that we sort of think this might be a personal best, a chance to add a couple more to the total. That foul was called on Wagaman, her second. And that time no good.
It's good to see us still scrapping and playing hard.
Yeah.
These last 8 minutes.
And that shot is good.
She had double digits, didn't she?
Yes, she did. 35-50. 12 seconds to go. Treat with the ball in the corner. Shanna Miller on her. Maddie Miller with the ball out front. 5 seconds to go. Ball poked loose. And that's ball game. We'll take a quick break, come back with some scoring, and then we'll be moving on to the boys contest. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Shipshe Automotive Service provides 5-star auto repair services in the Shipshewana area. See Shipshe Automotive's professional auto repair technicians for advanced diagnostics for your vehicle. From suspension and alignment to AC repair, brakes, and general maintenance, with Shipshe Automotive Service, you gain a partner you can trust with all your auto repair needs. Shipshe Automotive Service also provides 24-hour towing service. That's Shipshe Automotive Service, 260-768-7119.
Visit the new Yoder Crossroads Complex in Shipshewana. Start your day off right with locally roasted coffee at 5 Lakes Coffee. Speedy drive-through or enjoy the aroma and coffee inside. Breakfast and lunch at the Corn Crib Cafe, offering daily lunch specials and featuring Yoder popcorn. Quality popcorn since 1936. Homemade caramel corn and free samples while you browse our gourmet shops. That's Yoder Crossroads, 5 and 20, Shipshewana, Indiana.
Wow. And we're back. We'll do our best to give you some stats here, but it's really loud in here again.
Okay. Yeah, Dan, we'll give you the quick stats here, the final official scoring here for the victorious Fairfield Falcons. Minder had a basket for 2 points. Eva Herbert ended up officially with 11. Natalie Whitaker had a total of 6 points. Hattie Herbert, free throw for 1. Madison Jones-Ledham, the fine 5'10 freshman, with a total of 14. Macy Worthman, a basket for 2. Zoe Miller had 3. Kaylee Dillon, 5. And Jessalyn Hall, a total of 6 for their total of 50. For the Warriors, Karis Weinberg had 3. Olivia Bontiger had a late three-pointer for 3 points. Hope Bordner had a 2 and a 3 for 5. Janessa Lehman had a nice game. She finished with 10, only one in double figures. Shanna Miller had a 3-pointer. J.J. Whetstone had 5, and Bree Corey had a total of 6 for our total.
All right, and notice that we scored 18 points in that fourth quarter. We'd scored 17 in the first 3 combined. So a nice quarter. Obviously, they didn't have their top defenders on us out there anymore, but we also didn't have our top players. But a bunch of girls got to score a bunch of points, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So we'll wrap it up for now. I want to thank our sponsors again. Weaver Furniture Sales this year is our game sponsor. Also J&R Solutions, Pizza Depot in Millersburg, Shipshewana Trading Place, Height Auto Body, Yoder Crossroads, Emma Warehouse, Tiffany's Restaurant, Stutzman Power Equipment, Freedom Finish Works, Shipshe Automotive Service, LaGwana Animal Care Clinic of Topeka, Jerry Standard Service, and Southwood Flooring in Shipshewana. Tonight's game was a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. Good night.